and welcome to today's class. So today's class, we're going to find some extension and flexion through the spine. We're going to find some openness across the chest to get that nice expansion. This then helps with our breath. I've called today's class Undo the Desk. It doesn't mean that you have had to do this class, you haven't got to be sat at a desk all day. Just think, sometimes we're driving in the car, you might be carrying a child, looking at your phone, or just spend a little bit of time sat on the sofa and not feeling very good in your body. So this was great for everybody to do. It's a little practice just to help restore your body and feel a little bit more at ease in your movement. I'm not using any blocks today, so just using the floor. So when you're ready, let's come down onto the ground. So we're going to start in our low bridge. So we're going to place the soles of the feet on the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Just tuck the chin into the chest slightly, just to lengthen out the back of the neck. Before we start, we're just going to take our arms nice and wide out to the side. The palms are facing up. So really nice T. The arms are in line with the shoulders. And again, already just starting to open across that chest wall. And then when you're ready, you're going to lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. You're going to start to lengthen in that lower back. You're going to peel your spine up, one vertebra at a time, pushing evenly through your feet. And then when you get into that low bridge, you're just going to roll all the way back down nice and slowly. Just landing each vertebra until you land back on the ground. And then lengthen the tailbone again, peel that spine up. Let the chin just drop into the chest as we do this. So thinking about creating some space in the back, trying to mobilise the spine as you do this, create some awareness in your spine. Knowing that your spine is a very resilient thing, it's also made to be extremely adaptable. And it likes to move, and it likes to move in varying ways. Sometimes we do tend to get stuck in one position though, so just notice how this movement feels and notice if there's any restrictions in any specific part of your spine. Also noticing as you lift up, you're extending through the front of the hips, so if you have been in a seated position, quite nice here to open those hips up. And then roll back down again. So not only getting some freedom in the spine, but also getting a little bit of freedom in the hips. And then take your awareness up to your chest, to your collarbones, to the pecs, letting your arms just spread nice and wide, that kind of wingspan that we want. As you lift up, you're thinking about taking a little bit more weight into the shoulders, with those glutes a little squeeze, and then lower down. So let's just take 2 more rounds like that. You might close down your eyes, just soften your gaze. Pushing evenly through your feet as you do this. And then rolling back down, bring your knees into your chest, have a little hug of the knees, and a little rock from side to side. And then coming back to stillness, you're going to take the arms back out to the side, palms up. Nice and open across that chest still, and then you're going to bring your legs into a tabletop position. So from here, all you're going to do is start to let your knees, your legs fall to the left. Your right glute will start to come up a little bit. Keep your right shoulder blade down. Then come through centre. You're going to let the knees go over to the right. The left glute will lift up. Keep the left shoulder blade down. Use the strength of your core to come back through centre. And you're just going to go from side to side. Try not to go too far down that you can't pull yourself back up again. So start small, and then if you want to make the movement bigger, you can. If this is a little bit too much for you, with having the knees, the legs in that tabletop position, you can place your toes on the floor, so the tops of your toes can go side to side here. Keeping both shoulder blades down and nice openness through the rib cage still. So choosing an option that's nicest for you. Getting some strength in the core, getting that little rotation in the spine. Using the strength of the obliques to bring you back through centre. Those shoulder blades still open on the floor, open. Both shoulder blades still down on the ground, and nice and open in the chest. So Take one more each side. One more, whatever side. Perhaps just trying to make yourself even, if you can remember. And then bring yourself back through center, bring your knees in again, and have a hug and a rock from side to side. And from here, we're going to come up and over onto our belly. So coming down, landing fully on the ground, your head's going to be on the floor. And then your hands are going to come and interlace behind your head, and then your elbows are going to come down. Tops of the feet can be on the ground, the head's going to stay on the floor for the time being. So once you're there, think about pushing that pubic bone into the ground, lifting up on your core. Take a nice deep breath in and just feel your rib cage expand and broaden, and then exhale it. And then the next time you inhale, you start to float your elbows up off of the floor. And then exhale, releasing down. So inhale, lift up. And exhale, down. So your head's not lifting, you're just floating the elbows up. Feeling those shoulder blades push into those back ribs a bit. And then exhale back down. We'll just take a couple more there. Just working these shoulders. We are going to come into a bit more extension in a minute because we will lift our head if you want to. So you can stay here. Or the next time you take an inhale, you extend the shoulder, extend and lift the elbows, you might float the head off the floor. And then exhale, lower everything back down. Elbows lift, push the head into the hand, lift, and then head down and elbows. Be mindful of the back body, the lower back, as you do this, maybe your glutes squeeze, push the pubic bone into the ground and hover the head and then lower. Left one, so elbows, head, elbow. Hands behind, down underneath the shoulders. You can push yourself back into a child's pose. So perhaps take this in wide, big toes touch. Reach your palms forward and your head might hang in between your arms, or your head and forehead might come down to the ground. Lifting up in those armpits as you're doing that. And then when you're ready, coming onto all fours, and we're going to come up to tall kneeling. So from here, we're going to step our left foot forward. So we're in a 1990 lunge. You can have your back toes tucked or untucked, completely up to you. You'll inhale the arms up and you can interlace the hands behind the head. So the elbows are going to go wide, just like we were doing. We're going to take an inhale, and as you do that, you can start to lift the chest, take a little lean back, but squeeze your right leg. So I'm not going back super far, just opening through the front of the right hip. And then exhale, chin to chest, rounding through the spine, elbows come together. Inhale as you open, and exhale as you round. Take a couple more there. Holding that right glute nice and steady as you do this. Last one. And then release your hands, bring them down to the ground. We're coming into a three-legged down dog. So you're going to lift up, your left leg's going to come through and it's going to come up. You're on the ball of the right foot. We're going to bend the left knee. You'll draw the knee in, take it out to the side, and back round. So these are just hip circles. So you're drawing that nice circle with the knee. If this doesn't feel good in down dog, you can lower the right knee and do this on all fours. So just mobilizing your hips again. If we've been sat for a period, the hips do tend to feel rather stiff and restricted. Go in the opposite direction. Lifting up in the core. Only thing that's moving is that left leg. And then lower that left foot. Lower the knees down, rise up to your tall kneeling. You're going to step your left foot forward. We're going to turn open to the right. And we're going to come into goddess. So parallel your feet first to the short edges of the mat. Then lift your toes, turn the toes out to your range, and then sink down. So you're bending your knees. You're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Arms up by the ears, and we're going to pulse up and down. And now we're just warming those legs up. We're in that degree of external rotation. With our knees are tracking over our feet. So do a position that feels nice for your goddess, legs, reaching those arms up, so you're lifting the ribcage up out of the pelvis whilst you're doing it. Just taking a couple more there. And then hands down, straighten your legs, turn your feet back to the front. Your right hand will come down, your right knee will come down. You're going to turn your chest to the left, you'll reach your left arm up. Take the left hand behind the head. Push your head into your hand, and then you're going to start to let this left elbow come down, and you're turning your chest, and try and take your left elbow towards your right. Push into that right hand and open. So we're turning the chest now, we're opening and closing. Pushing the head into the hand, hips, legs are nice and still, you're just rotating in the chest. Again, just creating that expansion, trying to create space in the chest, create space in the ribs for that breath, to be able to breathe fully. One more. And then place that left hand down, bring that left knee back. We're going to move to our cat-cow. So inhale, just sink the belly into the tailbone, drag the hands back. Then round into the spine, chin to chest, push the floor away. Inhale as you sink, and exhale as you round. Coming back to that motion, that fluid-like motion that we were doing right at the beginning, following our back. Making it a little bit bigger now, taking it up more into the shoulders. And then come back to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes. We're going to lift into our down dog. We're going to walk our hands back to our feet. Land the heels, bend the knees. Release. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let the head just hang, just tractioning. There's a bend in my knees and just sitting my bum back, releasing my head so you can look at your head a little bit, shake. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then release the hands. We're going to rise up, so just tracing your hands all the way up the legs, rounding through the spine. The shoulders, your head will be the last thing that comes up. Let the shoulders come up around the ears and roll your shoulders back down. So lifting them up and back down, so just rolling. You can get the elbows involved, so just shoulders, mobilizing, feeling the shoulder blades on the back body. Last one. And then sweep those arms forwards and out, using little side bends. Your left hand is going to grab your right wrist. Push down with both feet, take an inhale and exhale over to the left. Coming through center, switching hands, and right hand into the left. Reach up and then side bend. Come back to center and then release those arms down. And walk to the front of the mat. We're going to do the other side. So inhale those arms forwards and up. Folding down, bend the knees, land those hands on the floor. We're going to step our left foot back. We're going to lower the left knee, toes tucked or untucked as you sweep your arms forward now. Interlace your hands behind your head. Open those elbows wide, with that left foot squeeze. Take a little lean back. Imagine you're leaning over a pole. So you're not taking this in the lower back, you're just opening the chest, expanding. And then exhale, chin to chest, elbows come together, and round. Inhale as you open, and then exhale as you round. But take your time with that move, nice and steady in the legs. So getting that extension as we lean back and open, and that flexion as you round and come forward. Last one. Then hands are going to come down, coming into a right three-legged down dog. So you're going to lift your back knee, slide that right leg through. Right leg is up to hip height on the ball of that leg foot. You bend the right knee, draw the knee in, take it out and around to the side. So drawing those circles. Your circle doesn't have to look the same as mine, it could be smaller. Okay, so just go at a range, especially with these, you move within a range that feels nice for you. If it doesn't feel good in three-legged down dog, remember you can lower the knee and come here. Go in the opposite direction, wherever you are. Pushing those hands into the mat, lifting up into those armpits, lifting up in your core, create length in the spine. The last one, and then lower that right foot. Lower those knees down, come up to your tall in position. From there, you step the right foot forward, turning open to the left. Parallel your feet to the short edges of the mat. Then lift your toes, externally rotate. So remembering that's very different for everybody. No one wins anything for taking their feet super wide. So go within that range that's good for you, and then bend the knees, sink, bum down, arms come up. So palms are facing one another, and you start to pulse, working into your legs. Getting some energy in your feet, pushing your feet down evenly. Lifting that rib cage up, taking nice breaths, expanding in your ribs. Take one more. And then release the hands down, straighten the legs, turn back to the front. Left hand, left knee comes down. Take the right hand, turn to the right, reach the right arm up, and then the right hand behind the head. Head back into the hand, and then take that right elbow, turn, and take the right elbow to the left. And then open. So we're just turning. So I say take the elbow to the elbow. It's somewhere near, okay, don't get caught up on that. My elbows are not touching. My right elbow is just going somewhere near in the direction of the left. And then I'm pushing and turning. It's not about touching the elbows, it's about turning in the thoracic spine. While everything else stays still. Oh, enjoy that movement. Last one. And then release the right hand, the right knee down. Let's move through our cows again. So sinking the chest, lift the tailbone. Softening a little bit through the belly, but not too much. There's still a sense of control there. And then rounding through the spine, pushing the floor away. Pull that lower belly up and get space in the lower back. And then soften. So we're trying to keep the elbows straight. The head is just an extension of the spine, so it moves along with it. Take some full inhales and exhales. Notice and see if there feels like there's a little bit more space, even after just a little bit of movement. Last one. Come back to your tabletop position, tap your toes if they weren't already. We're going to lift into our down dog, just so we can walk our hands back to our feet. Land the heels, bend the knees, opposite hand to opposite elbow, and then this time have a little sway from side to side. Sitting that bum back. You do not need to have straight legs. Release the head. Let the torso feel heavy. Last one. And then release the hands. We're going to roll all the way up. So pulling up through the belly. Let the shoulders, the head come up. And then roll those shoulders. So up, up and down. Just get the elbows involved as well. Lovely opening the chest as you pull those shoulders up and then back and down. Last one there. And then take an inhale, reach those arms forwards and up. And take that side stretch again. So right hand will grab the left wrist. Take an inhale, reach up and slide it over to the right, pushing down evenly. And then lift up, side bending over to the left. So switching hands. Open that right side. And then release those hands down. Just bringing the hand, one hand at the other, over your heart center. Just take a full breath in and out. Just notice how you're feeling now. Feeling your breath just rising and falling in your hands, so steady and slow. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your breath feels. Is there a little bit more space? Is there a little bit more ease in the body? Just thanking yourself for carving that time in the day to just move with mind, body, and breath. From my heart to yours. Namaste.